Hello and welcome to Box Board. Now it's a wintry night, so apologies in advance if you hear any howling gale around us, but you know what? That's all the better to be reviewing Thor, the Lord of Thunder, and Valkyrie. So yeah, going to do an unboxing, and I'm quite excited for this one because I'm a big fan of Thor. So let's see if we can get in. It'll be good. There we go. And on the back we can see a little bit. I'll read this out. Thor, Prince of Asgard, son of Odin the All-Father, wields the mighty hammer Mjolnir, which grants him command over lightning and storms. As an Asgardian, Thor is blessed with superhuman stamina, durability and speed, and stands as one of the strongest beings in the universe. Stalwart member of the Avengers, Thor never rests in his fight to prove himself worthy. And then we get Valkyrie, the fierce warrior. Valkyrie is the leader of the legendary Asgardian Valkyrie, Odin's personal unit of shield maidens. Her Asgardian physiology grants her superhuman strength, stamina and durability, but it is her extensive martial training, skill with blade, that places her among the finest, the greatest fighters of all in all of Asgard. So let's have a look what we get in the box. We'll look at the minis first, and then we've got some bits and pieces, I would imagine, in here too. So yeah, some cards and other bits and pieces. So this is our instructions. As other people have pointed out, you know, there's the minis have been a bit fiddly to put together, to put it mildly. But what the advantage of having so many pieces to join is you don't get any injection seams, so you don't get any sort of like little seams to deal with, which is really good. So there's a positive and a negative to it. And the assembly side, this is okay. I mean, it's going to be, little bits are going to be fiddly. Thankfully it's all stuff that you can use plastic cement with. I think that looks pretty cool. That's going to be cool. My only concern is I'm not a big fan of these bases they're doing at the minute, because I think on pavement they just look odd. Because all the bases are the same pavement ones, and personally I would prefer if things that look like rock were on a rocky base, but that's me. Then Valkyrie, we've got a little bit of joining bits to, you know, at the elbow and stuff. Actually, she looks fine. It's going to be a bit fiddly, but nothing too much to worry about. Let's have a look at the minis themselves. So we have standard. We get 2 screws. We have the standard sort of bases. You get a choice. Like I said, I'm a bit of a, you know, I think something like that, you know, where it's rocky on a pavement, just to me just doesn't look right, but that might be being fussy about it. This is Thor. So you've got a fairly traditional sort of Thor from the, I would say more from the comic books. Certainly that's the way I intend to paint them up. The standard sort of things apply. We are looking at a very good level of detail, and a good sculpt again. Now let's see if we can get, so we get some bits that are going to be more fiddly than others. The face, we are looking at not the bearded one from the movies. We are definitely looking at the comic book, which is quite cool. We get a nice flowing cape, and actually the setup of him looks much more like what I remember the comic books as, and what they're like, which is brilliant. I'm a big fan of the comic book look. It's one of the things I like about this game, is you can do that. And then this is Valkyrie, and as you can see, there's a nice level of detail on the minis, on the mini itself there. Again, we get the nice cape. We get a rock, because we have to have a rock. And yeah, cool. Just interesting, just going back to Thor a second, we have got his the wings to put in his helmet. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. So it just occurred to me something. He is very much the comic book version, which I am very cool. That's very cool. Very fond of indeed. So, in terms of cards and tokens, what do we have? Whoops, we've just got a strap falling down there. Sorry about that. We have a nice wee set of tokens, as you kind of expect with most of these. We've got something to do with Asgard. We've got the different versions of Mjolnir that different people have had, which is kind of cool. And we get some tokens, and bleeding token, which is cool. That'll go with Valkyrie, I would imagine. Let's have a look at these cards. So the Crisis card that comes with him is Fear grips the world as worthy terrorizes cities. And so this is where the tokens will come in. We get the 4 celestial. So the set up one plays 4 celestial hammers, as shown on map D. So these are the 4 celestial hammers, and you can pick characters, add 1 die to their attack roll for each celestial hammer they are holding. When the character plays a team tactic card, they must pay additional one. Oh, that's interesting. Must be 1 additional power for each celestial hammer they're holding. So, and it doesn't say you can't hold more than 1 hammer, so you can hold several of them, which is actually very powerful. And then the other, for the scoring, then players score 1 VP for each celestial hammer held by a character they control during the cleanup phase. That's kind of cool. I like that. That's a nice little one. The other bit of cards, then we've got Odin's Blessing. Sorry, I don't know if you could even see that. I've just realised that there it is. And it's an 18, which is a little bit more than I think that's the most so far, I think. Asgard reactive. When an allied Asgard player would be damaged by an enemy effect, you spend 3 power to play this card, reduce the amount of damage suffered to 1. That's kind of cool. As ever, the artwork's kind of awesome for that. I'm going to say that's a red card for the other one. And then we have, is that not? Yeah, you have to have Asgard for that one. For this one, it's Thunderwave, and here it's a Beam 5, that's powerful, and 6 and 0, that's really quite powerful. If it is Thor, Prince of Asgard's activation, and he is within 1 range of an allied Captain America, they may spend 2 power each to play this card. While within one range of Captain America, Thor, Prince of Asgard, may use the Thunderwave attack shown above once. Line of sight are measured from Captain America instead of Asgard. Okay, so the range and oh, that's kind of cool. So basically, that's a heck of a powerful beam, because the beams hit everything within their path, which is gonna be pretty formidable. So you could, and we're hitting with 6 dice. That's a powerful thing. Artwork looks awesome on that as well. That could be rather nice and nifty. And then we have Asgardians, and yes, we have Angela. Look her out. She's an interesting character. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. That's somebody else who's on their way then. That'll be kind of cool. The available Asgardians. Now, let's have a look at, let's have a look at Thor first. So here is Thor, Prince of Asgard. So you've got, he's got 6 as his cost, medium movement. No, 6 is his health, sorry. Medium movement, he's size 2 and his cost is 5, so he's on the expensive side. He's got resistance for physical of 4, energy 4, and psychic of 3. Strike is the first thing, and is 0, range 2, 0 cost, range 2, and 6 damage. So he's a strong bunny. After this attack is resolved, the character gains power equal to the damage caused, and if you get a squirrely line, he gets you get a throw. So before damage is caused, each target character is of if the character is size 4 or less, this character may throw it a short distance away. That could be useful for some scenarios. It's quite cool. And then he's got a hammer throw, which will only cost 1 power, but has got 5 dice rolling and has got a range of 5, so that's a good long range. After this attack is resolved, the target character gains the shock special condition. So shock was what those bolts are, and that can be quite cool. Then he's got a beam, which costs 6 power, but as an he's got an energy, which is area 2, significant, and 7 damage. And there's no other bits to that, but that in itself is quite feisty. He's got a Prince of Asgard. At the start of each of your turns, one allied character may spend 1 power. If they do, remove 1 damage or 1 special condition from that character. Each allied character may use this leadership once per round. Okay, yeah. And then for Asgard, which is I believe a reaction, this character immediately makes a move action followed by a strike action. That could be really nice. If this attack action deals at least 1 damage, the target character gains the stagger condition. This superpower can only be used once per turn. That's quite powerful in terms of your defense. So it means that he's going to hurt people, and if they try to hurt him, so it costs 3 power. Then he's got Strongest Avenger. For 3 power, choose an interactive terrain feature or an enemy character, both of size 4 or less. Size 4 is big, and within 2, throw it medium. This superpower can only be used once per turn. Now this is where it gets interesting. As an Asgardian during the power phase, he gains an extra power. So he's gaining 2 per turn, which means he can get a lot of power very quickly. So suddenly things like God of Thunder becomes much more achievable. So the Asgardians are actually quite powerful. Now, if we look at what he's like whenever he's stunned, whenever he's been, I keep forgetting, I think it is stunned, yeah, well not stunned, whenever he's been, you flip the card, that's what we'll call it. Any differences? He's got more health, so he's up to 8 health now. Let's have a look. Strike is the same. Hammer throw is the same. God of Thunder is the same. I think everything else is pretty much the same from what I can see. There's certainly nothing in bold, which is a giveaway. That's pretty cool. I mean, so my impression is with him, he's going to be a big old hitter, but that's what you would expect from Thor. He is a big hitter in the comic books, and actually, he looks awesome in this. So really, that's exciting. And for 5, he's pretty good. Let's have a look at Valkyrie. So Valkyrie, cool pose. Love the artwork in these cards, I have to say. Just Marvel Crisis Protocol in general, but it's brilliant for her. Just looks very laid back killer. Health 6, medium range, height 2, size 2, 3, so she's cheap. Brunhild. 3 defense against physical, 3 defense against beam, and 3 defense against psychic. She gets strike 0, range 0 power 2, range 2. Only 5 this, but she gains power equal to damage, which is always useful. She also then has got her Dragon Fang. Now this is an interesting one. 3 damage. She gets after the attack's resolved, target gains the bleed special condition. That's always useful. But for 3 power, you're getting 7 dice rolls at range 2, and if she get any squiggles, the character can make a strike attack as well for flurry, which is really quite nice. So she can, actually practically, that means she could be rolling 12 dice against somebody. That's going to get through. She's going to cause a lot of damage. So she could one hit people effectively, or one action people. She's got Asgardian Might. Choose an interactive terrain feature for the enemy character both of size 2 or less and within range 2, and throw it short distance. So she can chuck stuff. She's got Charge, which is a reactive thing, and it costs 2. This character immediately makes a move action followed by an attack action. This superpower can only be used once per turn. That's kind of cool. Then she's got Warrior of Legend. During the next attack made by this character this turn, it may change 1 die to hit for each critical or squiggle in this attack roll. Okay, and that costs 2, and that's a reaction. And then Asgardian, so she's gaining that extra power as well. So over the side, she's flipped. She's got 1 less health from what I can see. Strike's the same. Dragon Fang's the same. Asgardian Might's the same. Everything else I think is the same. So for her big advantage, she doesn't have flight unlike Thor, but she does have, I think her big advantage is actually this Dragon Fang. So this is what you want to be rolling out. And actually, to be fair, if she's an Asgardian, she's gaining 2 power every turn. So the second turn you're able to pull this out of the bag. Now if she takes any damage, she's reasonably feisty. She's gonna be able to take a few hits as well. So she could be rolling this out very, very quickly indeed. And that's a significant attack. So she's gonna be a useful character for 3 a 3 threat. I mean that's impressive. So to me, these two, I would say, are really, really nice. I think they're kind of awesome. And what's quite nice about it is, as well, they're both goodies. So this is good because we've had a little bit of the goodie baddie, and I know quite a few people are going, well, I want to play somebody in Cabal, I want to play the baddies, or I want to play the goodies. And actually having a box that is both goodies means that it just is better for buying. And I quite like that. But I think that those are going to be awesome. I will do a montage at some point of them assembled, so you can see the kind of level of detail on the thing. But I'll probably do that whenever I've got Hela and Loki as well. So we'll do an Asgardian models assembled video. We do quite a lot of stuff about Marvel Crisis Protocol. It's one of the, it's an excellent game. Playing it quite a lot. If you would like to see more, the best way to make sure that you don't miss anything is to subscribe to our channel. If you subscribe, you will find the regular content comes out. We do a lot of RPGs as well, and we do a few other games too. We are completely independent, so we fund everything ourselves. And if you'd like to support us, one of the ways you can support us is check out the link to our t-shirts and Teespring. We make a little bit of money off those, and it gets pumped back into the channel. But also, we have now got Patreon as well. So, and it's like I think it's $1 a month subscription, and you get a lot of discount on the t-shirts as well. But every little counts. So, yeah, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and do check out our t-shirts. And have a lovely evening. Thanks for watching.